In this week's Teching the Meta, we're going to be discussing card ratios in the popular Quickdraw Dandy Warrior decks. For starters, we're going to talk about Caius. Caius is an interesting card because, we all know what it does. It's stack a monster, usually a Dandelion Dandy token, some sort of floater. You remove a card, and then you can attack for another monster. It's essentially a +1 because you're removing 2 monsters for the price of 1 monster. Sometimes we can combat this with Effect Veiler though, so when it becomes a minus essentially because you sack off your monster just to get rid of an Effect Veiler, but now you've lost maybe a key card, maybe you had to sack off your Titanial in hopes to go for game, or you lost some sort of other key card, maybe a Card Trooper, or you sacked your Set Raikou for some reason. Now Caius can be run in either 1, 2, or 3. Standard Quickdraw runs 2 Caiuses because it's more consistent. If we play a heavy milling Quickdraw deck with 3 Raikous, a Card Trooper, and maybe some Battle Searchers, we can run 3 Caius because we'll know we'll mill some, and we can also get them back with Pot of Avarice. We can also just run 1 Caius because if your meta is running Effect Veilers out the wazoo, then you don't want to minus yourself so much. You can also run 0 Caiuses just so you don't minus yourself off the Effect Veiler. Next cards we're going to discuss is Dandelions and Sandgan. Dandelions, we all know we can run in 2. 2 is key for this deck to work. And with Sandgan, we can essentially play this as if it's 3 Dandelions in the deck, because we all know if Sandgan dies, we grab a Dandelion, we can start our combo bot. We can eventually set the Dandelion, let it die, maybe stack it for a Caius or something, grab Debris, synchro up for Black Rose or Ancient Fairy if you're trying to get rid of Necro Valley. But if that's the case, chances are you won't be able to get the Dandelion anyways if Necro Valley is active. But Dandelion is always run in 2 for Quickdraw. Next, we'll be discussing Debris Dragon. Debris Dragon is instant Black Rose for a normal summon. We grab the Debris, grab the Dandelion, sync up, Black Rose, below the field, and then we get the 2 tokens. Debris can be run in 2 or 3, or 1 if you don't really have the targets for it entirely. If you can't afford Dandelions for some odd reason, then chances are you shouldn't be running Debris at all. 1 is if we run no Lone Fires, no Titanial, and maybe a Dandelion, but that's if you're trying really hard to lose at this game. 2 is run for a more consistent build. We have the ability to grab targets a lot easier. I mean, in this case, we have, 5, 6, 7 targets for Debris. So that's more targets for each Debris than possible. So we can even do 8 with triple Raikou if you'd like. 2 is a very consistent build. 3 is ran if you want to do Black Rose control, make your opponents minus themselves for setting 4 back rows and 1 monster, or any sort of effect like that, and we can instant Black Rose by going Foolish, dish the Dandy, summon Debris, stick up for Black Rose, below the field, and still control those 2 tokens. We can also go into Scrap Dragon with this combo as well. And that's going to be all for the Debris segment. Next we'll be talking about Raikous. Raikous, we can run this in 1, 2, or 3. We only run 1 if we're playing a Recruiter style with Sandgans and other Battle Searchers. We play 2 for consistency, or if you can't afford them, because we all know Raikous are $10 for some reason now, then we can run 3 if you have the money, and you can support the mill with a triple Avarice engine. And if you can support the mill and support triple Avarice, you're more than likely going to win more, because you will have the ability to destroy and get back those monsters, so you're essentially destroying cards on the field for no cost. Next, we'll talk about Avarice. Avarice can be played in multiple cards once again. We can play 1, 2, or 3. 3 is for the heavy milling decks, heavy recruiting decks, or just any sort of deck. Maybe you're playing, I guess Iron Chain or some really bad deck like that, and they focus on milling. With that, you can return your monsters and get your combo cards back. We can play 2 if you don't mill enough, but you mill just enough for 2, and you can see your Caiuses, your Raikous, Sandgans, your Card Troopers, and all your cards back over again. You can constantly recycle the Titanial combos with Lone Fire. So essentially when you go Avarice, Lone Fire, Titanium, double Ryko, and you draw the Lone Fire, and a Ryko will say, you have now just used Potter Avarice, you've +1, and you essentially didn't put any cards back into your deck because Ryko's going to get rid of the other Ryko you put in your deck and 2 other cards, and Lone Fire will get Lone Fire and then a Titanium. So now you have your deck back to what it was, plus new beat sticks on the field. 1 for 1 is the card that should be only played if you play multiple level 1s. If you play Treeborn and Spore and Glow Up Bulb, you can run 1 for 1 really easily. You can run 1 for 1, you can do Ditch, Dandy, grab Glow Up, you now have 2 tokens, you can Formula, you can still normal summon, you can go Lone Fire and combo off of that. We can go Ditch the Treeborn, grab Glow Up Bulb, Ditch the Treeborn, grab Spore. You have lots of combos, but you need more than 1 target with 1 for 1. It becomes dead once you use it, and other than that, you need to use more than 1 target. And for tuning, you can play 1 or 2. Unless you want to play Turbo, then you can play 3 tunings. Most people only run 1 because we're playing only 2 Quickdraw. If you play 2 tunings with 2 Quickdraw, eventually one of those is going to become dead because we're going to draw our second Quickdraw after using our first. But tuning also gives you an advantage because you're going to mill. Maybe you get lucky and hit the Dandelion. So in this way, you don't need to ditch your other Dandelion for Quickdraw. But you can to get both Dandelions in the graveyard. Last card is Foolish Burial. We talked about it before with the Debris, Dandelion, and Instant Black Rose. Most of the time you will be using it for Dandelion. You can use it for Spore, or you can use it for Glow Up, or Treeborn, as mentioned before. Foolish Burial should be run also because we can use it to get our 5th card for Avarice back in the deck. We can use it for other target monsters. If you're playing Simorgh Quickdraw, you can get the other target if you like. If you need a better target for Drill Warrior, you can run Foolish or Caius if you need to. And then Quickdraw comes back, grab your Caius, stack the Quickdraw if you'd like, remove that Ryko that's face down, and then you can attack the game with that. Thank you for watching YouTube. Rate, comment, and subscribe, and give us some feedback.